Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news. Now folks, if you've been paying attention to the NFL lately, you already know that the San Francisco 49ers, despite being one of the most talented and well-coached teams in the league, have had a bit of a rough patch when it comes to injuries. And this season, well, it's no different. The injury bug seems to have a special vendetta against the Niners, and it's really starting to show. Just in the past few days, the news has been pretty devastating for the team, especially as they gear up for what could be a pivotal stretch of their schedule. It all started with the news about George Kittle, the superstar tight end, who just recently was placed on injured reserve because of a hamstring injury. Anyone who's watched the Niners knows how crucial Kittle is to their offense. He's not just a blocking monster, but also a reliable target in the passing game, capable of making those big plays that can shift momentum in a heartbeat. Losing him for any time is a blow, but putting him on IR means the team will be without him for at least 4 games, and that's a tough pill to swallow for fans and players alike. But just when you think it can't get worse, it does. Because now, the 49ers have to deal with something even more concerning, an injury that directly impacts their starting quarterback, Brock Purdy. Yes, you heard that right. The same Brock Purdy, who has been nothing short of spectacular since taking over as the starting QB last season, is now expected to be sidelined for a significant chunk of time. According to NFL Network's Ian Rappaport, Purdy is unlikely to play in Week 7 against the Atlanta Falcons, and the prognosis isn't exactly encouraging. It's a turf toe variant, which, for those who don't know, can be a nagging and painful injury that affects mobility, throwing accuracy, and overall performance. And the expected timeline? Well, it's around 2 to 5 weeks, which is a pretty wide window, but enough to make any 49ers fan nervous. Imagine, just as the team was getting into a groove, Purdy goes down, and suddenly, Kyle Shanahan has to scramble to find solutions. What makes this even more critical is the timing. The 49ers are in a tight division race, and every game counts. Their quarterback situation now looks uncertain, and that has a ripple effect on their entire offensive game plan. So, what's the plan? Right now, the team is looking at a pretty interesting quarterback carousel. With Purdy potentially out for a few weeks, Kyle Shanahan has indicated that they're considering other options. And yes, that includes bringing in backup quarterbacks like Mac Jones, who's been waiting in the wings. Mac Jones, as you all know, was a first-round pick a few years ago and has shown flashes of promise, but he's also had his struggles. Still, Shanahan has made it clear that they would like to add another quarterback, which signals that the team is actively exploring options to keep their offense afloat during Purdy's absence. Now, this situation is especially intriguing because it opens the door for some potential shakeups in the NFC West. The Falcons, for instance, are also a team in transition, and rumors have been swirling about possible trades involving their quarterback, Kirk Cousins. Yes, the veteran quarterback who's been a mainstay in Minnesota, but who now might be on the move. And it's not just idle chatter, there's some real logic behind the idea. Atlanta, after signing Cousins to a hefty 4-year, $160 million deal earlier this year, has struggled with consistency in their offense. Cousins, despite some bright moments, has thrown for over 500 yards in a single game, showcasing his ability to light up defenses, but he's also had some costly interceptions, 16 of them so far this season, and that's been a huge point of concern. And the interesting thing is, the Falcons might be looking to move on from him, with rookie Michael Penix Jr. stepping in and showing some promise. Even though he's only won 3 as a starter, the team seems to be leaning toward the future. Penix's development has been impressive, and at just 24 years old, he's already cementing himself as Atlanta's long-term answer at quarterback. That has led many to believe that a trade for Kirk Cousins could happen sooner rather than later. But why would the 49ers be interested? Well, here's the kicker. Despite the injury setbacks, the 49ers are still very much in Super Bowl contention. Their roster is loaded with talent: Christian McCaffrey, Drake London, Ricky Pearsall, and of course, Kittle when he's healthy. Imagine Brock Purdy or even Mac Jones working with a group like that. The question is, if Purdy's injury lingers longer than expected, could the 49ers look to bring in a veteran like Cousins to stabilize the position? And if so, could that trade actually happen? It's an interesting possibility, especially considering the potential cap hit in 2025, which might be a sticking point for some teams. But the talent and experience Cousins brings could be exactly what San Francisco needs to push for another deep playoff run. Now, let's take a moment to analyze the bigger picture. The NFC West has always been a competitive division, with teams like the Seahawks and Rams vying for supremacy. But lately, the 49ers have established themselves as the powerhouse, thanks in part to their dominant defense and innovative offense under Shanahan. But injuries have always been a thorn in their side, and this season is no exception. The loss of Kittle and Purdy could be pivotal, but it's also a test of their depth and resilience. Shanahan's team has often been praised for their adaptability, and this situation will be no different. They have to find ways to maximize their remaining weapons and get creative on offense, especially with Purdy's injury likely affecting his mobility and throwing. In the broader NFL landscape, this saga involving Kirk Cousins, the Falcons, and the 49ers could set some interesting precedents. If the Falcons do decide to trade Cousins and the 49ers decide to acquire him, it could open a new chapter in the NFC's quarterback carousel. It would be a move driven by necessity, but also by opportunity. Cousins' experience, combined with the talent on the 49ers roster, could be a recipe for success, or it could be a gamble. It's all about timing and fit. And let's not forget the fan perspective. For the 49ers faithful, this entire situation is a roller coaster. You've got the excitement of a team that's been to the playoffs multiple times in recent years, with hopes of finally reaching and winning another Super Bowl. But injuries are always lurking, ready to derail even the best-laid plans. The hope is that Brock Purdy recovers quickly, that Kittle comes back stronger than ever, and that the team finds a way to keep their championship dreams alive despite these setbacks. Looking ahead, fans should keep a close eye on the upcoming games. The team's performance in Week 7 against the Falcons could be a defining moment. Will Mac Jones step up and fill in effectively? Will the 49ers' defense continue to dominate, or will the offense struggle without their key playmakers? And more importantly, will the injury situation force the front office to make bold moves, possibly even turning to a veteran like Kirk Cousins? These questions make this season incredibly exciting and unpredictable. The NFC West remains a division full of surprises, and the 49ers, despite their injury woes, are still very much in the hunt. Their coaching staff, led by Kyle Shanahan, has always been adept at adjusting strategies and utilizing their roster's depth. That's why this story isn't just about injuries, it's about resilience, adaptation, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. The 49ers are no strangers to overcoming adversity, and this year might be no different. They've built a team that's tough, talented, and hungry for another Super Bowl appearance. The next few weeks will be crucial in determining how far they can go, especially if their quarterback situation remains uncertain. Now, imagine the scenario where Kirk Cousins, a seasoned veteran with a strong arm and a calm presence, joins a team like the 49ers. With the weapons they have, he could potentially elevate the offense to new heights. Of course, the financial aspect isn't trivial. His $40 million cap hit in 2025 is significant, but in the NFL, sometimes you have to make bold moves to chase greatness. If the Falcons decide to part ways with him, and the 49ers see it as a strategic fit, we could be looking at one of the most intriguing midseason moves in recent memory. And for the fans watching this unfold, it's a story that combines drama, strategy, and a bit of NFL unpredictability, all the elements that make football so captivating. The next few weeks could redefine the NFC landscape, and the 49ers are right at the heart of it. Their resilience will be tested, their roster will be challenged, but if history has shown us anything, it's that Kyle Shanahan's team knows how to persevere, adapt, and fight for what they want. So, as we wait for more updates, keep your eyes on the injury reports, the trade rumors, and the upcoming games. The NFC West is about to get even more interesting, and the San Francisco 49ers, despite all the adversity, remain a team to watch. Their championship window is still open, but it's closing fast if they don't navigate these hurdles wisely. That's what makes this season so exciting. Every game, every injury update, and every trade rumor adds another layer to this incredible story. And I promise you, it's far from over. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest San Francisco 49ers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Purdy will return sooner than expected? Are you worried about the injury wave hitting your team? Or do you believe that Shanahan and his coaching staff can work their magic once again? Your opinion matters so much to us and to the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest San Francisco 49ers news. This season is shaping up to be one of the most unpredictable and exciting in recent memory, and we're here to cover every twist and turn with you. Keep your faith high, stay passionate, and let's see how our 49ers respond to these challenges. Because in the NFL, the story is never over until the final whistle.